Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Happy ninth day of the sixth month of the year 2021. Some of those numbers align nicely, some of them are just numbers. Hi. Hey, everybody. I'm on island time because I'm going to an island tomorrow and I'm going to stay there for a couple days. Right now, I'm just in my apartment trying to block out the sounds. Some very loud music happening outside my windows. That's why I'm wearing headphones. I don't normally listen to music during these streams. I find it distracting, as it is right now. But I figured I don't have to listen to outside music. So I am listening to lo-fi hip-hop radio beats to relax/study to if you want to join along as a fun audio sensation. We could be all listening to the music stream at the same time. This is island energy because I'm on island time. I've got all of my clothes and my food and my face masks and my tents and my blankets and my what have yous all packed up, ready for a 3-hour public transit ride to get to an island that I can then set those things up on and be alone on a beach for a little bit. Pretty excited. A little nervous. Traveling makes me nervous sometimes, but you know, I'm mostly excited. I think it's going to be exquisite. I watched Laid Back Camp recently. Superb. A superb anime that hit all of the things that I like most in life, which is Vespas and camping. I got a little hand cart because they use hand carts on that show to drag their stuff around when they're doing public transit camping, which I do because I live in New York and don't have a car. But I am getting my motorcycle license. I am considering maybe doing some motorcycle camping towards the end of the year. We'll see how far I get. I have a learner's permit. I don't have my license yet, so look at there. You know, there's no rushing it. Not here on the islands. Not here on the islands. A Yeti was maybe a weird choice. When I said I was going to do a Yeti, I did not feel like I was yet on island time. Island time really snuck up on me. To Clam for Jam, I'm also living my dream. That's the tricky thing, is you've got to figure out what your dream is, and then you've got to figure out a way to live it. And this is how. This is how. Hilariously, the place I need to go to get my driver's license is also on the beach. So it's going to be a beach-heavy experience. But then I'm gonna ride a motorcycle into the woods, or maybe a mountaintop, and then I'm just going to be there for a while. That's my idea. A tropical Yeti seems like a great idea. A chill Yeti. I feel like a camping Yeti is just a regular Yeti, is the thing. There's no reason I couldn't ride my motorcycle right into the water. Do you think they make like duck boats, but they're motorcycles? Where it's like you start off on the land and then it just transitions right into the sea? I'm thinking maybe of paddle boats is kind of what that is. Do you think they make land to sea paddle boats? And do you think I need a permit to ride one of them? Ooh, I really want a camping hammock. I thought I was this close at REI's yearly sale, but I ended up buying an AeroPress, a portable AeroPress instead, which I'm pretty excited to use. I've never been on a ducky tour. I feel like it would be a fun experience. I like being on land and then being on water, and that feels like the thing that you would need. I'm just realizing I have not set up a sculpting situation. I set us up for regular layout stuff. That's on me. That's not going to change much, but boop. It just means we don't start off with the friendly cube that we normally start off with, which is so perfect and unjudgmental. Not like this selfish, self-involved cube. I like here's the thing, Nicholas. I like those moments when I feel like I'm about to die. I'm a big purveyor of roller coasters. God, I guess if I got a motorcycle, I could go to like Six Flags and shit. Ooh, it's coming together, gang. Captain Oblivion, that sounds amazing. A motorcycle into a jet ski, that's the dream, right? That's the dream. It would be so easy to turn this cube into a butt. And there it is. All right, that's a perfect Yeti. Should be a bootylicious Yeti. That's how I feel. They look like duckies, if that helps. They are like duck. They are like duck buses. I always saw them around Seattle when I lived in Seattle area. Honkin' bazonkers. Sorry, your username cracked me up. I assume it's a reference to that very good Tumblr post that became a very good video. The bahongala doongalogs. I can't say any of those words because they're insane, but it's very good. It made me laugh. Laughs come easy when you're on island time, everybody. That's what I have to say about that. Honka honka bazonka. Honka bazonka. I worry. I've got another video that's probably going to come out next week. I'm worried that my brand is going to become incurably clown tainted. Maybe that's fine. I mean, I've clearly earned it. Wait, the arms shouldn't be like this. The arms should be like, I feel like Yetis are always kind of in this. They're always in a pose that's sort of like cactar. So that's the pose this should be in. Ooh, do I know PicoCAD? 3D modeling software built in Pico 8. I do not. I've not heard of this. I'm gonna open up a tab and look at it. I've been keeping an eye on my local makerspace that I used to attend, and I'm hoping very much that they will open soon and that they will teach me how to 3D model. Because I think not 3D model. I kind of know how to 3D model. I'm hoping that they will teach me how to 3D prompt so that I can prompt some stuff. Oh, good. I was curious how closed captioning would deal with what I said, and it dealt with it very well. But I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to check that out. Ooh, wait, what is this thing? What is this link? Oh yeah, ducky boats. They're very good. Accidentally made a beefy Yeti. I'm just I'm not thinking very much. Period. In a sentence, I'm just not thinking very much right now. That's what island time will do to you. It'll head empty you. Do not think. No need for thoughts. Not here on this Twitch theme. Let me make this asymmetrical. So I don't know what this thing's going to be like today. I don't know what this Yeti's going to be like. We're gonna pose it so it's moving forward. For some people, island time is a state of mind. But it's I can only get into island time if I'm going to or from or near an island. Manhattan's an island. I should be on island time. I should always be on island brain. I mean, I forget that Manhattan's an island on account of it lacks any of the features I've come to recognize as being island important. I'm gonna have to rethink some stuff about my life. It's a good thing I'm going on vacation. Okay. I think maybe it's the lo-fi music that is just making me feel like extra chill. I mean, obviously a big part of it's island time. Yeah, no palm trees. There's no coconuts. I've never seen a message in a bottle. There's a lot of rats, which I know are a thing that islands get, but not a thing I associate with islands. There's not a lot of sand. And there's a lot of people. When I think islands, I don't necessarily think hugely populated. But that one's on me. We're going to catch this yet in an action pose. Well, Captain Oblivion, you make a great point. I am always finding bells on Manhattan. They're just everywhere. Like you're just trying to go to a Target. And you'll trip over a sack of bells. And it's like, this isn't currency here, so this isn't gonna do anything for me. How many dancing crabs do I see on average a day? I would say on average, none. That being said, you know, I've been at home most of these days. My average for crabs and rats, dancing crabs and rats, has really gone down. We are Cinnamon Shakes. We're gonna make a hairy Yeti, and that hair is gonna be probably pretty something. It's gonna be something. I didn't think about whether or not I wanted to do a hair particle situation, because the hair particle system in Blender is really funny and also so whack. The few times I've dipped into it, I think has been somewhat viscerally unpleasant to watch, because it's just a lot. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't want to think about a shaved Yeti. I don't want to think about a shaved Yeti. I think a Yeti should have beautiful, luxurious hair. If I found a message in a bottle in New York City, I would assume it was an ad for something. And whether that ad was like for like an indie show or something, or like, I don't know, Pop-Tarts or some bullshit, I don't know. Hey, Ron. Do an action pose. This Yeti on the go. This Yeti's got places to be, specifically the island. Oh, no. This is not really it's not really the shape I was hoping for, but I guess that's fine. One time I was in Union Park in New York, which is a pretty nice park. It's not the most luxurious, but it is like, when I think of parks that New Yorkers go to instead of being like touristy parks, it's Union Square. Anyway, more importantly, I was there once getting groceries at the farmers market, and there are all of these dudes in various degrees of suits and like sunglasses and like kind of like a government, kind of a feds vibe, but not in varying degrees of competency is how I'll describe it. And there was a whole bunch of them, and I was like, is this something, do I need to get the fuck out of this park right now before something happens? And then all of them converged in a circle in like one of the open areas of the park, and another like creature, I don't know how to describe it. It was a thing. It was wearing like a cloak and a veil, and it was hunched over, and it was clearly some sort of creature. And they circled this thing and like zapped it with some weird lights, and it disappeared. It stopped being there. And then all of the people in suits walked around to everybody who was standing nearby and handed them cards. That the card said something like, you didn't see anything, and then it had like an address on it, and it was all like a weird viral ad situation. I don't know how to describe it otherwise, for an interactive theater show that was like Men in Black alien themed. And I thought about going, but tickets were very expensive for like a show that had just opened, so I did not go. I haven't heard about it since. Salmon, I want to read this. I have to scroll up to read your very cute note. Maybe a letter in the form. still smells like peach. That's amazing. That's some potent drink. I love peach drink. Ron, it had that kind of vibe in that it was weird. Oh, Princess Undercut, I'm sorry to hear you had a rough week. I'm for sure gonna see some stars. Low light weekend. Take care of yourself. Also, take care of yourself and hydrate and have a snack and take your meds and call your friends if you need to and get some sleep and check your posture. And I hope you have a good rest of your week. Nicholas, that's incredible. I actually wish that word. That would be incredible. That would be a good plot point. Because here's the thing, it worked. Kind of. I guess I'm here telling y'all about it. So how well did it work even? I hope everybody is staying relatively cool. I'm not. So this is a do as I say, not as I do situation. Finally, I broke down. I'm finally gonna buy an air conditioner. I don't have one. I was hoping I wouldn't need one. I'm not fond of them. We never had one growing up. And so I take for granted their wonders. I'm drinking one of my favorite all-time beers is a Shiner Bock. I really like Shiner beer. They do a very good spring ginger grapefruit beer. What I like about Shiner Bock is that it's just a beer-ass beer. Sometimes you just want a thing that is a thing. I drink a lot of experimental beer. Sometimes I just want beer. It goes without saying that we're gonna pump this up. I would be honored if Shiner Box sponsored me. This stream also sponsored by Lo-Fi Hip Hop Beats to blend and do art to, because that's what I'm listening to right now, and it's giving me some maximum chills. Glitterfish. Tell us more about glitterfish. See, I always hit this point when I'm doing a really bodacious talks where I'm like, okay, but now what about this part? Okay, you've done the butt, Jenna. What are you going to do with the rest of this groin area? It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure that I put on myself and that nobody else is putting on me. So it's like, why am I even concerned? Americana beats to chill too, that rules. I love all variants of the chill beats concept. It's good. They're good. Super glittery. That slaps. Well, here's the thing. We're going to cover this with so much hair that it's not even going to matter what is happening in this area. Ooh, congrats on getting your first vaccine dose. Cheers. Hi, cinnamon! Back at it again, as though you ever left it. I sort of assume that if you're in here chilling and hanging out, you're a pro-vaccination person. I just assume that based on the whole vibe I send out into the world. But if you haven't gotten a vaccine yet, and it's because you're worried, can I recommend highly going for it? I know a lot of people were concerned about side effects and stuff. I'll say the first vaccine, a little tough. God, this tuchus got really uneven. Oh boy. You see, you gotta sculpt from every angle, right? All right. First vaccine, a little rough. Second vaccine, very chill, actually. My second dose, I know a lot of people said it was a lot worse. Mine was very chill. It was not a big deal. This is one of the things where I'm genuinely unsure what concerns people have about the vaccines, other than the ones that are too lacking in reality to really effectively argue against. 20 hours after your second one, oofa doofa. I think a lot of people, it sounded like the second one made them feel way worse. For some reason, my second one was fine. I don't know. 5G signal's never been better. I've recently heard from my mother that my half brother has become an anti-vaxxer, and I'm like, that's a surprise. I would not have expected that one. He's always been a weird dude, but he's always been a good weird, progressive weird. Yeah, it's not ideal. I might try and see him while I'm down visiting soon. It's just like one of those things where it's like, I fundamentally don't know how to argue with people on those facts, because I just don't know what to do. Hey, you know what? And that's not Island Time thoughts. Taking the responsibility for other people's beliefs. That's not Island Time energy. This head's getting off. Let me get in here. I read a super interesting article about mRNA and the woman who like created them, or has been like researching them for forever, and has just suddenly gotten this breakthrough basically now that people care. It's pretty cool shit. It was a very good article. I think it was in the New York Times. I'm kind of making an alien, and I regret this energy. A cellulitis infection? What is a cellulitis infection? I mean, I guess it's like an infection of the cellulite in your arm? Just rapidly hit against my poor knowledge of anatomy and the body. Yeti is for 100% pro-vaccine. What do Yeti look like? Less neck, more Hulk? Okay. Oh, when the bacteria on your skin gets in your body and you get an infection. Whoa! Sounds bad. Hey, that sounds bad. Super infected skin. Goodness. Okay. Yikes. Yikes spikes. I give this Yeti big ol' Samson shoulders. Big ol' Samus shoulders. Samson's a different thing. Can we make this Yeti stronger? Yeah. I mean, he's already pretty strong, but there's nothing we can't do to this Yeti. I could definitely make this more defined as an elbow. Ika, you're gonna get that song stuck in my head. the butt The butt is just like a weird shelf. The butt really got so wide. Let me just smash that Yeti button. Compress this a little bit. Butts are just weird shelves. You make a great point, Night Coffee. Yeti looks like it has a little bit of celluloid, which I respect and I'm going to allow. That's just bodies for you, you know? Hey, kill Yeti ass. I mean, here's the thing about this butt. It's pretty whack. I might actually... See, I'm defying the rule that you're supposed to do is to do the big overall shape first and then do detail work. And I was like, no, I gotta hop right to that butt. I gotta get straight on that tux. Gotta get into those cheeks immediately. That's how you're supposed to do. I'll finesse it later when I've earned it. Oh, goodness. Okay. I want this Yeti to have more forward motion. Instead of changing the sculpt at all, I'm going to cheat. There we go. Now that's a Yeti moving forward with its life. Handsome Squidward vibes. I would be honored to make us something as beautiful as Handsome Squidward. I don't know if I've gotten there yet. But it's important to set goals for yourself. Handsome Squidward goals. God, I guess I should answer for myself whether or not this creature is really going to have hands or not. Well, as far as I know, Handsome Squid Wars is not a meme? If it is, I don't know it, which means it's probably on TikTok. Oh, it should have toe beans. You're correct. Yeah, I guess it does look like it's going backwards. It should be more of a... Trying to... you know, because the Yeti has such a sloppy gait. Trying to capture the sloppiness of this thing's gait. I can make this less intense, though. Yeah, it's a sprightly Yeti. Exactly. Squatcha, or should I say Sasquatcha? I see you. Look at this uneven. This is what happens when you turn off symmetry and are also not super good at Blender. This is the thing that happens. You get all uneven. That looks weird though. This is the right one. I can see the seam though, and I feel like that seam is going to come back to haunt me in some way. Because they always do. That seam's going to be trouble. Seams are always trouble, which is why I only wear sacks. No seams, just togas and mummy wraps. That's all I wear at home. Alright, I'm gonna look up a picture of a Yeti. I say a picture. I guess I mean an artist rendering, because what picture could I be looking at, really? Okay. Well, my SEO is tainted. It is only showing me Yeti camping tumblers. Which is fair. It's what I've earned. Alright. I'm going to base this Yeti off this photograph of a Yeti. That's 100% real that I'm seeing. Oh, no. I'm going to have one of these cute monsters. Okay. Shapeless girl summer pliable head. Yes, I'm saying. I have no form. I cannot be perceived. See, here's the thing. You don't need bras if you have no body. If you are formless, like a breeze filling up a plastic bag, you don't need any of the extra stuff. And that's what I aim for. That's my energy this year. Shapeless island energy. Non-corporeal girl summer. Yes. Bird Boy 8. Yeah. That's it. That's what we're doing. I mean, I did not pack any bras for this camping trip. Because you don't do that on islands. The closest I have is a swimsuit. That's all I need. Boop. Does Yeti have a nose? And if I say no, does that mean I don't have to fuss with a nose? Because I'd be into that. Various snoots. I'm seeing a lot of snoots. I'll add a snoot after. Squatcha, same brain. Snoot is big snoot, right? Gaga sniff. I mean, I can do like a snoot. But where does that leave us on a mouth? You know? Also, boy howdy. That looks fine. That's... This is a boil that has gone really off. Got a sniff? Okay. Okay. I snoot. I snoot. What are you saying to me? This is gonna look like one of those. What are they? Trolls, maybe? From Hilda? How did these snoots get so crooked? It also does look like Moomin. That's not what I was thinking of, but Moomin for sure. There's no reason to do a snoot halfway. If we're doing a snoot, it's going to be a big snoot. And I'm going to add a little button nose on it later. That's going to be adorable. I'm going to make a big weird smile. Just uncomfortably wide. How's this mouth gonna be? I never did. Once again, I'm going to commit and say that I need to sit down and look at some tutorial on the internet how to make blender mouths. Because I don't know how now. Brown cow. I think it's pretty obvious. Kind of Ziggy energy, yeah. I'm gonna do this and we're gonna put some teeth in later. That's my promise to you. This thing's gonna have teeth. got joyful but weird energy right now. How eyes? What kind of eyes? I'm gonna do maybe just big ol' dot eyes. God, okay, I'm gonna do something. Hold on. This is gonna be terrible. I'm gonna try something. Kind of already regretting this. Okay, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. We're gonna slap some texture. Normally we don't slap textures on until the very end, but we're gonna do it up front this time. Make this, there we go. Pink Yeti, perfect. God, actually, sorry, the pink is like a weird bubblegum monster. I can't with that. I can with this, though. This will be fine. Oh, that didn't really do it, huh? That didn't really do what I was hoping. Just kind of gave it some weird eyes. All right, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna give it a snoot too, and maybe that'll help. Because right now it doesn't really read as snoot. Okay. Dog of Wisdom, A Cursed Teletubby, Birdo cosplay. These are all really good reads. Does it a Yeti though? I mean, I guess a Yeti should be. They should be cold colors because they've got to fit in with the snow and the ice, right? Is this a Yeti? Is this a Yeti? What have we done? Why? What? I'm once again hitting that thing I get sometimes, which is like, what makes a Yeti? It's especially difficult because this is a fictitious element. It does not read like a Yeti to me. Maybe if we add ears. Yeah, crunchy femurs, that's the thing, is right. Who's gonna tell me I'm wrong? Some naysayers on the internet? Maybe. Are we just gonna make a dog? Are we just gonna make a dog and pretend it's a Yeti? Maybe this is just it. Bark, it's me, a Yeti. I think we're gonna make a dog Yeti. I think that's what this is gonna be. This is I'm glad I made the body really abstract, because if this body were realistic, closer to a Yogi. Yes, I like Yogi. Hello, avant-garde bard. We're making, obviously, a Yeti, as you can see. Normal, everyday, by-the-book Yeti. As always, here on this show, which I've never formally named, and which I'm not going to name now, because naming stuff is not island time business. Naming stuff is what you do when you're not on island time. And I'm on island time, baby, as you can tell by my super island-centric sculpt today. This Yeti. It's sort of let's make a friend. That is sort of, Squatcha, that is sort of what it is. That's sort of what I think about it in my mind. this Pumpkin, yeah, listens to Jimmy Buffett, drinks margaritas, frozen, naturally. Its island is hot. I guess I do have a giant text bubble that says let's make a friend in my layout, which would suggest that that is the title of the show. So, okay, we did it. I didn't mean to. I'm on island time. So I don't know if that counts. But I guess that is the title of this show. I guess the ears should also be in flapping back a little bit, since we've got a lot of motion here. Oop. Oh, is that going to do weird things to the head? Ooh, maybe not. Oh no, there we go. That's perfect. Well, good news, everybody. It is the title once again. I strayed a little bit. I didn't know my own self, but now I do, and that's the title. It's that forever. I need to figure out how the pose tool works. I think it's always attractive to me, but it never does what I think it's going to, which means I should stop using it or figure out how to use it. Ooh, how would one start studying horror, but like for a coward? I mean, like in an academic sense, how would one start? Because like the best way to start understanding horror is just to watch a bunch of horror. That's the thing about studying any media, is that step one is to consume just a fuck ton of that media. Step two is that there is a lot of very good books. I guess I jumped right to assuming you meant horror movies, because that's what horror is keyed to in my mind. But I guess it depends on what kind of horror media you're interested in. Because I think it's easier to read horror books than it is to watch horror movies, because you have more control over stopping it if you get stressed. A Bigfoot horror novel? Interesting. You'll have to let us know if that's good. That sounds interesting. I love Emily Carroll. I think Emily Carroll and Junji Ito are like the two best horror comic artists working today. Junji Ito gets a lot of credit, but I wish Emily Carroll got more, because her shit is so good. You want to translate it to tabletop game eventually. Reading might be a good place to start. Any recs aside from just the classics? That's a good question. Thinking about like tabletop game. I don't know. Well, here's the thing is like I've been thinking about this is a terrible recommendation. Let me start with something better. I mean, if you haven't read any Shirley Jackson, that's always my recommendation as a starting point because her work is so spectacular. It also has had a profound effect on how horror is written in general from American perspective. So that's a good place to start. I sort of hate to recommend Lovecraft because like dude sucks. But if you want to know more about horror from a cultural standpoint, you sort of have to engage with him and understand his work because you'll see it everywhere. Ooh, a guy with a great voice reads classic horror stories. That sounds amazing. Bye, Crunchy Femurs. Yeah, I mean, Lovecraft was fucked up, but he was mostly just an asshole. And here's the thing about Lovecraft is like most of his most dope shit was copped from other authors that we just don't know about. Weirdly, because Lovecraft did not like copyright any of his work, so it's all for the most part, not all of it, but for the most part is in the public domain and has been basically forever. So there's a bunch of authors who did basically the same stuff that he did. That we just don't talk about culturally quite as much because they weren't republished and recirculated as much as Lovecraft was. So it's just one of those weird, horrible, dumb things in our culture that we just sort of have to deal with. Oh, House of Leaves is a good choice. Also a very long endeavor, but worthwhile one. Oh boy, these eyes are really popping off in a weird way. Maybe I'll bring the brain forward to meet them? I can tell you eyes are gonna be a struggle, huh? I'm just gonna photograph you from very choice angles, and then nobody will know. Get back a little. Oh god, it hovers so bad. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I guess this is kind of a Doge energy is big on this. Maybe when it has teeth, it'll look less like that. Let me... yeah, I guess here's what I'll do for both of these. Alright, that's a little bit better. What do you think about teeth? Gosh, other horror stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's probably enough, right? I mean, there are other classics, like Clive Barker is a classic modern author. Stephen King, classic modern author. Oh. First intro into Layers of Fear was your first intro into horror? That's very exciting. I mean, here's the thing about horror. It's great, and I love it. But it's never worth stressing yourself out about. And you should always... It's a high-stakes endeavor, but you should always make sure that you feel comfortable consuming the things. That's going to be the most important thing. How am I doing this? What is my plan? I have no plan. I'm on island time. You don't need plans on the island. Everything just works itself out. Holding a bone would cover up this, but is holding a bone a Yeti thing? Hey, Harley Quindom. Well, here's a fun fact. Considering, so the haunted house genre as it exists in modern horror is a direct owes its lineage directly to Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. And there really aren't a lot of haunted house in the sense of like this house is essentially evil. Like that concept does not generally predate Shirley Jackson. There are some like Nathaniel Hawthorne. I think it's Nathaniel Hawthorne. There's one book, that The House of Seven Gables, that inspired Shirley Jackson. But then after that, essentially any media that suggests that a house is essentially haunted, like Amityville Horror or Rose Manor or any of those, it is just a direct, it owes its lineage directly to Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. It's one of my favorite genres. I love spooky haunted houses. Oh, thank you, Clusterfunks, for re-upping your Prime subscription. I appreciate it. That makes me feel like how this mouth looks, which is happy. I should clarify. Maybe that's not immediately clear. I mean, The Haunting of Hill House slaps. I recently reread it. It's a very short book. It's one of my favorites. And it's just, like, incredible. It's just an incredible book with incredible writing and incredible characters. So spectacular. His nose is accidentally a disco ball because it's very shiny and fragmented. I can smooth it out. And now it's just an orb that you can see a national park in, because Blender's weird like that. Let me think. I don't know. Horror's great. If anybody ever wants horror recommendations, I'm happy to provide them. But the more specific you can get with what kind of recommendations you want, the easier it will be for me. Okay. Can we address the arms? Yes. Yeah, probably. I don't genuinely know how, though, or what to do with them. I feel like Yeti's gotta have mitts, right? How familiar am I with Blender sculpting? And Ollie, that's a great question. I would say middling. I'm not a professional. I know how to do some stuff, and other stuff I don't. It's an impossible question. I'm sorry I even tried to answer it. I don't know how to qualify. Should have bigger hands. Should have big, beefy Yeti hands. If I knew the control, I did know that control reverses it. I almost never use that outside of inflate, because sometimes I like to deflate stuff. God, I just read a super, super fascinating, I would say quasi-academic article about Gormenghast and how the horror of Gormenghast is essentially an understanding of the machine, the social machine that traps us all in it with, like, tradition and concepts like that. Use it with crease to draw on. Interesting. I'll have to try that out. I am also technically reading Titus Groan at the moment. I'm about, I think, a third of the way in, and I just keep having to take breaks because it's a lot of book. I'll see if I can't find. It was the article was on Ginger Nuts of Horror, which is just they do interesting horror stuff that I read sometimes. It was an interesting article about how the system chews us up and spits us out, and that's what that book's about, kind of. It went really gentle on Steerpike, which I kind of disagree with, but other than that, yeah, Bloodborne and Gormenghast have some vibes for sure. For sure they do. I see that 100%. We live in a society. Yeah, I mean that is basically it. It's just very few horror actually engages with that. And like I watch a lot of like indie horror, and it just drives me mad how many of them are, let's pack up our car and drive into the forest where scary things happen. And it's like, nah, dog, the forest is chill. There's nobody fucking there. The forest is chill. Cities where there are people are way scarier. Just like, absolutely not. The forest is super chill. There's like deer and shit. You scared of deer, bro? Absolutely not. Deer ain't gonna do shit to you. I don't know. That's speaking as somebody who grew up in the woods. So that's, I might have a biased opinion, maybe. I've always had in the back of my mind that I'd like to write a horror story that just does not take place in a weird small town. That just takes place in the big city. And actually I was working on a story, and I put it aside because the pandemic happened and I got very tired. I've not seen Inside. I think I've heard of it, but I haven't heard it. Best indie horror you've seen lately off the top of your head. I've watched the Hollow Ones, I think is what it's called. Let me look that up actually. The Hollow Ones. I've been digging deep into Fae horror. So what is the name of this movie? I love The Void. The Void's very good. Excellent monster crafting on The Void. What is this movie? Was it called The Hollow Ones? I'm getting confused because I also read Ursula Vernon's The Twisted Ones. I just finished reading that. Did not like it. Cannot recommend. What was this? Was it just The Hollows? Fae indie horror movie. The Hollow. It was just called The Hollow. I'm going to drop the wiki link in there. And I liked a lot of what they did in this movie. Bye, patient overshirt. I didn't love the movie, but it was good enough that I would recommend it. It does, I don't know. It opens with I don't think this is a spoiler because this is how it opens, but it opens with all this fuss about cordyceps fungus and how that's dangerous and spooky, and it's like, yeah, but also it's fine. You could just make a Fae horror movie without it being about fungus too. Is there a theory about why we produce so much horror media about rural areas specifically? I don't have one necessarily. I mean, I think part of it is just thematic. Like the U.S. derives a lot of its horror from England, and England has a very rich, proud tradition of rural horror. I don't know if I have a specific one, but I think it probably feeds into our general cultural belief that people who live in rural areas are dangerous or ignorant in some way, which I don't think necessarily is the case, but is like undeniably a cultural stance that is shared broadly. Yeah, I think it's kind of classism is a big part of it. Like if you look at any movies that are set in the rural area, that's a big part of it. But like also a lot of those movies are not set in rural areas so much as they are in the wilderness. And so I would argue that's probably has something to do with like a colonialist mindset of like anything that has not been conquered by white people is dangerous. But here's the thing about horror is that it's so case by case. And I think a thing that frustrates me about like pop horror studies these days is that they want to say like all zombie movies mean this and all blank movies mean that. But I think it just depends so much on case by case representations. That is really hard. I was actually just thinking about that recently because I was reading some academic stuff, and it is wild. Like, because academic papers will take a movie and spend 30 pages writing about it. They will take a scene in one movie. So there very rarely are these papers or these concepts being applied super broadly. But then when they enter like general culture, when they exit academia and enter like a more popular consciousness, they become very broadly applied, even though they probably should not be. Oh yeah, Nicholas. Yes, Nicholas. What Nicholas is saying is dead on. Like the rural folk horror is all about how Britain, how the Celts have been put down, and how any wild magic is unacceptable, but it still exists, but we have to put it down. That sort of thing. Yeah, these arms are floppy. They floppy, but you know it's a creature in motion, just kind of floppy creature. This arm has a very kind of like, hey, kind of energy to it. Which I think I like. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, this came up because I was reading. I'm low-key working on pitching a video that may or may not become a video at Polygon.com, an entertainment website. Yeah, this elbow got real whack. I'm going to straighten it. I don't care for that angle too much. I'm working on a pitch about hallway horror. Because that's just the only thing video games are doing horror-wise these days. And so I was rereading, it's been such a long time since I read it, the paper that Sigmund Freud wrote about the uncanny, and I just like entirely forgotten that he wrote it about, like, our whole concept of the uncanny comes from basically this one article, but he wrote it about a very specific piece of media. He wrote it about a short story, a horror short story that I have not read, that I put on my list to get down. But it's like our whole concept of the uncanny, which has had a huge effect on horror media and horror academia, is just it's written about this one fucking short story that nobody fucking reads anymore. And it's like, that's wild to me. I love academia. I also hate it sometimes, but mostly I love it. This arm still looks whack, and I don't totally know why, but it's gonna be fine. Yeah, the teeth are Obi-John. The teeth are doing something. I mean, I also can't stand Freudian readings because they're whack. Basically, nobody in academia outside of psychoanalysts, which I don't think there are a lot of anymore, like nobody in cultural studies believes Freud's bullshit. But because he is so culturally popular and people have very strong cultural ideas and incorporate his ideas in their work when they're writing it, we still have to know it and like talk about it and shit. And it's so annoying. I don't know if there's anything I can do with these teeth. We're just gonna have to fuss with them later. Yeah, Harley Quindom, I feel that energy. I'm relieved that I no longer have to do it in quite such an intensity. Oh my God, Riley. Yeah. My department when I was in grad school was adjacent. We were in the same like subsection like of communication arts. And boy, they just love their Freud. And it's like, nah, dog, dude. Like, nah. Like, nah, though. Like, absolutely not, though. For real, no. They love it. Freud's full of easy answers, I guess. I mean, you definitely get. There are still people who are into Freudian analysis in cultural theory, but it's just like I feel like it's less so because, from a cultural standpoint, we just know Freud's full of bullshit. All my homies hate Freud. I love that. Is the proportion of the forearm to the upper arm to your liking? No, I wouldn't say that it is. This arm is so much longer than this arm. And so maybe I'll just shorten this whole bad boy. Ugh, everything gets so weird when you stretch it out. I'm glad it has Dog of Wisdom meme energy. I feel like that's what a Yeti would have. Bye, Clan for Jam. Good luck sleeping. I hope your crisis has abated and that you sleep well. I think Yetis are probably pretty wise. They got that whole like mountain man energy. The forest means dicks. Amazing. Oh, interesting. Riley, your thesis sounds very cool. Cross-gendering monsters in horror media. What is your like what are you like what media objects are you focusing on? I'm gonna give this dog pecks. Monsters are trans and I love them. I love that. Maybe I'm just giving them breast. I don't know if I want to deal with the... I'm already regretting this so bad. Make him square to be pecs. That's a good call. Dog boobs. I can't with dog boobs. I guess I can't with dog pecs either. My God, there are so many transpanic slashers. Every once in a while I stumble across a new one and I'm like, what is happening? This is, ugh. Nicholas, is he? That sounds amazing. I love Brian Fuller. I love Brian Fuller and his whole deal. I think I'm gonna leave them like this and they can be interpreted however anybody wants to interpret them. I am going to drop the crotch. Squatcha, that's a good point, but this is not a dog. It's a Yeti, obviously. Obviously it's a Yeti. God, we haven't even gotten to the hair. That's going to change this whole thing by like a lot. If we do the hair, it's going to be messed up. Hey, Peter. It's clearly a Yeti. Ooh, cloud noise texture. Okay, I was going to use hair particles, but I'm intrigued by cloud noise texture. How do creatures like the Cenobites portray a fear/draw to the cross-gendered monster? Interesting. God, I got to change somebody's whole fucking life the other day. So we were talking about Hellraiser, and I got to be the first person to tell them that Clive Barker is gay, and that movie is just very gay. And that was a great moment for me. It was like a life-changing moment for this person. Ha! Captain Oblivion, bless you for doing that work. Ha! Smooth baboon ass. God, I love that actually. Well, Riley, good luck on your thesis. That sounds amazing. Yeah, the ass got a little deflated, but that just means it's time now to puff this shit up. God, Hellraiser is one of the few franchises that I have watched like all of the movies on, and they are just like wild. They're just such messes. Wow, some really uneven talks. The only thing to do is to inflate the other side to match it, obviously. High and tight. Hi, Squishy Whales. Thank you for the subscribe 3 months in advance. On the merit of what you're seeing right now, even, which is especially a bold move on your point. But thank you for the subscriptions. I think I've read some of Elizabeth Rice's work. How did this tux get so uneven? I guess it's the movement, right? This body's moving forward. Why do so many trans people get gender envy about cryptids? Ooh, that's interesting. Wait, do you have a theory? 'Cause I'm dead curious. I love the fact that cryptids are a part of queer culture just in general, because it's a lot of the things I like most about the world combining neatly for me. But I'm super, super curious what your perspective is. If you want to tell me that I just have to wait until your thesis comes out, that is fine. But that onus is then on you to tell me when your thesis is out. Ooh, Squatcha! Thank you so much for the gift subs. This is good, strong energy. Thank you, Squatcha. Happy 6-9, everybody. But Harley Quindom do not want to be perceived. Yeah, I can see that. This ass is very oblong in a way that I don't love. How much of a learning curve is Blender to use? That, I would say, that depends so much on what you're using Blender for. That's a raid. Hello. Hey, Raiders. Hey, Raiders, what's up? Welcome to Island Time. Welcome to the island. That's where we're at today. You can tell because of the Yeti we're making. Here's a Yeti. Hello. Hi, Nathan, if you're in the chat. Hi. Thank you for the raid. Hello, everybody. Oh, no. I'm sad to hear Secret Sleepover Society. I've never looked at the acronym and had to place words to it. I'm sad that they're having technical difficulties. I'm thankful that you're all here to join the butt sculpting, because that is where we're at in the stream. That is, usually we hit the butt sculpting at some point. And it just happened to coincide when y'all are raiding, which is pretty great. Suffering from a little bit of pancake booty. And we said, no, no, no. Let's make that like a Japanese style pancake, which is very fluffy. Very tall and fluffy. Is that good? We feeling good about these cheeks? I'm feeling pretty good about these cheeks. I say as I continue to expand the cheeks with the loving caress of my mouse. To answer the question, I was mid-answer. Whether or not it's easy to use Blender depends highly, I think, on what you're using Blender for. If you're doing like layout modeling stuff that relies on shapes, I think that's a lot easier, a lot more intuitive. If you're doing sculpting stuff like what I'm doing right now, I think it's a little bit more difficult. Very rewarding, as you can see, but a little bit more difficult. Is that good? How we feel about that? Let's get a far perspective. It's coming for you. Coming for you. Oh God. Oh God. They're here. Okay. It's booty. It just does. Oh, Dino Topo's not on. That's what the deal is. That's what the deal is. That's why it was looking so oblong. Yeah, this Yeti dummy thick. Actually, let's make this Yeti dummy thick. This Yeti could be dummy thicker. This Yeti could be dumber and thicker. There's no reason not to. I think all Yetis are himbo by default. That's my guess. Himbo or thimbo, yeah. And so there's no reason to shy away from that. We love a dummy and we love a thick. And we love a dummy thick especially here. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Phantom Flame. It's an absolute delight. Somebody on Twitter asked if I was going to be back on again, and the question is maybe. I have not yet burned my bridge with the dungeons and Daddy's people. I have not yet outstayed my welcome, so it could very well happen. The caption service I use is actually, if you look in the info for my stream, I should have a link, but it's just a web captioner. And it's really good. It's a very good service. Oh, thank you, Hapalops, for converting your Prime Gaming sub to a Tier 1 sub. I don't entirely know what that means, but I'm appreciative of your presence anyway. Your presence anyway. Thank you. Yes, that's the link. Thank you, Fabricota. It's a very good service. It's free. It's super, super easy to set up. Highly recommend it. I just had to sit down for like 10 minutes ahead of a stream one day and do it. And it was super good. High heels on this himbo, Yogi? You overestimate. My one experience trying to make shoes on this stream was emotionally disastrous. It turned out okay, but for me it was bad. Interesting. Internalize the monstering. Pewdas. Cryptids provide an easy way to express the monstering. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Deep breath, yeah. That slaps. That's super fascinating. I legitimately am very curious to read your thesis when it comes out. I don't know how close that is to happening. But if you slide in and let us know, I would love to read it. How does it feel to be this cool? Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm on island time, so I feel great. It's just all over. Okay. Everything about this creature is I think, great. Is there anything we want to do? Do we want to beef up the arms? I feel like we beefed up the legs. And I think I'm going to do myself a favor and leave behind realism. Goodbye, realism. You were only barely here to begin with. Arguably not at all. But let's just get rid of you entirely and beef this Yeti up. We don't need realism here, where we are or where we're going. That's not what art's about. Especially not my art, because I'm not good enough to do realism. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Ladybug. I nailed it. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, plomp. Plomp for sure. A plomp Yeti. The plompest. Thank you, Breath of the Wild. It is, and thank you, yes. Okay, is the head still in proportion? I think it is. I think I'm getting away with this. I'm very insistent that I'm a furry. I am not, but I respect the charge. Here's what I'm gonna do. Why do your messages keep double posting? I'm not certain. I'm gonna bring all of this in. Oh boy. Oh, the temp teeth I made are poking out. Let me just pull that out, give you a little kiss. Mwah. There you go, sweetie. So sorry about that. Don't you just hate it when your teeth stick out a little from your cheek? Because your God has done something horrible to your body. Bye, Marissa. I hope you keep the island life with you for the rest of your week. Here on the island. Thank you, Dread Robot, for the subscription. Do the ears need beefing up, or is it okay that the ears are kind of slender? So we beefed up the rest of this cutie. And the only thing left we have to do is to figure out whatever the hair is gonna be on this thing. I guess I can make here, I know what I can do to make the teeth a little bit less horrifying. Dainty ears look okay? I kind of like the dainty ears, yeah. They're coquettish in a way that I like. Let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna arc it a little, and I think that arc will help it. Maybe. Maybe. Is that better? Did that do anything? Yeah, cluster funks. Got a little bit plump. Got a little bit more plump. I think arcing the teeth helped. It helped me emotionally. Ooh, fangs? I think I could do fangs. I'm curious what fangs are going to do to this Yeti's energy. Whoop. Is this going to make this Yeti ominous? No, actually, that's not bad. That didn't actually do that much. Thanks for opening coconuts. Hell yeah. God, I hope I can get a coconut drink on the island. I mean, there's gotta be the chance, right? Vampires can be himbos, so himbos can have fangs for sure. That I can't refute that logic. is irrefutable and irreplaceable. Oh God. I'm listening, for those who have just joined, I'm listening to the lo-fi hip-hop beats to study and relax to, and they just started playing an extremely Animal Crossing-esque beats. And it's very soothing. Werewolves are himbo coded. All right. Yeah, just a friend with fangs. Some friends have fangs. Let's do fangs on these ones too. Make them smaller. Make them smaller and interior. There we go. Yeah, something's happening in the back there, but I think that's fine. Just a little gentle little fangs. Just sweet, gentle little fangs. Yeah, you can see my horse farm in the nose. That's it. That's what it looks like. All right. God, I almost hate to slap some hair on this, but let's slap some hair on this and see how this does. Let me see if I can figure out how to do cloud noise. Otherwise, I am just going to do hair particles, and it is going to be upsetting. Cloud noise blender. What a mess of words. Okay. I don't know if I can do this. Let me try to do this, and we'll see. Let me show you what the hair is going to look like, and then if that's too upsetting, we can do something else with it. Let me see if I remember how to do particles. Where was it? Soft body. Wait, what does soft body do? Add a procedural operation effect to an active object. All right, I don't think that's what I want. I do like the idea of soft body being something. So I clicked on it anyway. What are you going to do? No, get out of here. I don't want you. Okay. It's a whole thing to learn? I bet. Oh, hey, Chad. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's physics animation stuff. Okay. Oh, is that doing like body manipulation? I've really wanted to learn how to make things jiggle for no reason. I really want to figure out how jiggle. It is jiggle physics. That's what I've been looking for. I want to make this soft body jiggle. I want to make parts of this soft body jiggle in particular. All right. Well, I can't wait to figure out how to do that. I want that jiggle. I want to animate that jiggle. Hello from the SSS stream. Are they still having trouble over there? J&J? It is. Venus with jiggle physics is exactly what I want to do. I want to send that. I want to poke that butt and send that ripple all over the body. They gave up. I hate to hear that. Especially, I've been enjoying their run of This Takes Two. Is that what it's called? Ooh, cancel for tonight. Twitch problems. That's a shame. I hate to hear that. All right, how do I apply cloud texture? All right. Displace, interesting. Okay, this is a great starting point. I think this is a great starting point. What is this gonna do to... Is this how it's supposed to function? Is this how it's supposed to do this? Oh no. No, no, no. Oh. What? Oh no. Okay. All right. uh wow. This is doing some real stuff. Yeah, let's see what this is going to do to the butt. Okay. Oh no, it's turning him inside out. Okay, this is good. This is good and I like this and this makes me feel safe. How big can this go? All right, this can just be full blob. There's like, this is okay. This is pretty okay. I could get into this. And then we're at like normal. This is 0. And then you just get into it. Oh my God. This is a bad texture. This is a bad texture. Oh no. Okay. I mean, here's the thing I do like. Maybe it's like once a month this Yeti needs a shave. Sometimes you just need to go in and you need to get a trim. This is wild. I don't know about this as the option that I want to go for. But I see, okay, the noise texture. I'd have to apply a noise texture. That'll definitely make all the difference, I'm sure. Okay, noise texture. See, one thing I don't like trying new techniques for the first time on streams because I feel like I've got to look up what even they're gonna do. And sometimes it does really, really upsetting, genuinely terrible stuff like that. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Noise is doing some stuff that I'm pretty into, though. Is noise gonna interact with the cloud meter? Or the cloud if I do that? This is slaps. This tie-dye dog is very good. This is how you make a lot of the textures. The noise texture is, I have applied that quite a lot in doing stuff. Let me see how this interacts with displace. See, I don't think I don't think I can adjust this like I could a particle. Yeah, it's not even letting me interact with it because it's not a particle. Let me see if I can remember how to do the particle. Because that's really going to get us somewhere. What are you? Are you a cube? Are you my cube? This is not it either. Let me just Google how to add. Hair particles. What if I do add soft body though? What is that gonna do? Nothing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Not everything has to do something just because I wanted to do something. Okay. Add hair. Hello. Oh, posture check. Yes. Thank you. Okay. We're getting closer because I found the hair shader. Is the cloud shader in here? These are all things that add stuff, basically. That's not a useful description. I'm sorry. I have made a void. It's not ideal. Can I make it a different void? Why aren't you being hair for me? Why aren't you being a good hair for me? You can't be a void. I'm sorry. I'm putting my foot down. I just can't with the void. Principled hair? I do want my hair to have principles. But none of these are giving me the whack stuff. I'm not totally certain why. So normally we would see all the hairs, and it's very upsetting. Yeah, Sax, that's 100% it all the time. Is there's one secret little slider tucked away in a sub menu that I just need to turn on, and it'll be there. See, I think this is it. I just don't know why. Principles are the tab below the modifiers tab. Particles are, not principles. Just got principles on the mind. Oh, they're under Are the tab below the modifiers tab? Oh, duh. Okay, hold on. Let me get this out of here. Hair. There we go. Hello. Thank you, Captain Oblivion. Hello. Now this is a hairy dog. We've done it. There it is. This is what a dog looks like. All right. This is what we've been looking for this whole time. Obviously, can't you see it? That's the hair of the dog. Yeah, this is it. When people say hair of the dog, this is what they're talking about. Yeti acupuncture. Yes, it's a dangerous dog. It's a dangerous, sharp, pointy dog. And this is what hair looks like. This is just what natural hair looks like. Pinhead! It is Pinhead, though. It do be Pinhead. Now I just got to comb it. Just got to comb it all down. Nice, neat, tidy. Gotta make sure your Yeti's tidy. And then I guess again, because this dog is in motion, everything should be back a little bit, right? This is a dog on the run. This dog can drive, but chooses not to. Because if this dog's driving, how will it be able to stick its head out the window? Ron, I also can't wait to see how this renders. I think Blender might just say no. In a way where maybe it crashes. In fact, let me go ahead and save. There we go. Yeah, this dog can vote. This dog has all the rights. I think we can all agree. I think dogs should vote. I have been re-watching Monster Factory recently. It's such a good ass shit. Okay. Let's see. Now I have to remember how to get it to render. Okay, let's see if there's what else do we want to do to this beautiful, perfect hair. The boy mayor is one of my favorite. One of my favorite monsters, for lack of a better word. Hair shape. All right, we're gonna play with you later. Hair shape. I can click render, but you guys are not gonna be able to see the render image. Because I don't have Blender set up that way. Unless there's a way to render it within the view that y'all can see. Which I don't think there is. Let me render it for myself. Well, okay. The light was behind my creature, and so it did not look like much. Oh, hello. Yeah, oh no, this is pretty much what it looked like. Which is to say, like, maybe not it. Maybe not it. Gotta make it Yeti colored, obviously. I have not. I'll admit right now, I have not totally figured out how the hair particle system works. Not that you could tell from what I've done here already. Oh no! Don't cut it. We need to clean it up a little. Spent all this time making these beautiful sculptured shoulders. I have done enough to know that hair is difficult for sure. For sure, 100%. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the hair that's in the teeth. Just so our sweet pup doesn't have to deal with that. There we go. Maybe I'll add some more up here. Yeah. Let me get a little bit of hawk going. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect little hawk. Okay. See, I think there's a way to thicken the hair. So let me investigate this. Hair dynamics? I don't think that's gonna do it. Render as path, yeah. I like the mohawk a lot. The mohawk is doing a lot for me. The mohawk, I think, really sells it as a Yeti. In a way no other aspect of this really does, you know? You see that mohawk and you're like, oh yeah, it's a Yeti for sure. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Holy shit. Holy shit. Maybe that's too much. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I've got to get the comb out. I've got to clear some of this out. What else can this do? Buzz cut. I want it to be a little bit shag. We got to get a little bit of shag. God, look at the way the light touches this hair. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Yeah, we got some patches. I'm going to take care of that, I promise. Okay, that's just changing the seed. Wow. This is beautiful. Clumping. Clump more? No. Clump less? No. Perfect. It was perfect how it was. Wow. I feel like I've really cracked something that's going to change a lot about how I use Blender. Oh boy. All right. Let's get in here with our scissors. All right. And let's just got to add a little bit more. I'm going to clear off the face a little bit. And I think there was a patch here. God, is that one patch going to be super hairy now? I'm pretty okay with that. Chest hawk. I don't see why not chest hawk. Maybe just like a ruff. It's Care Bear stare activating. It's Care Bear hair. This is what it is. This is so long. It's too long. It can't be this long. I'm pro chest hair, so this is working. This is doing a lot for me. It has to be this long? Are we sure? Are we sure it has to be? It should be this long? I might do nothing but hair dynamics on this show for a while. I mean, I say that now. When I get back from the island, and anything goes. Anything goes. It could be nothing but coconuts when I get back from the island, you know? Alright, I've gotta trim this bottom down here. Gotta trim this, because I do not want this good pup tripping. What? Is there a way to thin? Is one of these a thinning option? Puff, length, add, smooth, maybe smooth? A hairy Venus. Wow, that's a phrase. Wow, that's a phrase. I can't believe Nightbot didn't try to censor that phrase. Nightbot clearly letting me down. All right. It's always fun to do this in here and just try to guess what this is going to look like, and then get out into the actual interface and see what it's going to be for real. So let's, I guess, just do it. Okay. Okay, the mouth is clear, which I'm glad about. We've got a beautiful ruff. It's censored Velcro. That's interesting. I cannot imagine why it would censor Velcro. I love this. Oh no! God, it was naked for a moment. Okay, I'm gonna clear off the palms because we can't even see the palm on this side. We're gonna clear off the palms, add a little bit more in the inner section here. Maybe clean off the ears too. Should clear off the eyes as well. Okay. Well, what even is obstructing the eyes? Because there's nothing here. Give it clean, beautiful clean ears. I know I spent so long sculpting the butt to be perfect and beautiful. Thank you, Giggle Fist. Saved. Spent all that time making the perfect butt. But I mean, you know, that's the sort of thing. That's the thing with all butts, really, is like you have to earn the right to see it. You know? This Yeti isn't giving it away for free. Smooth. Okay. Yeah, and we all know it's there. Exactly, Just Worm. We all know that the booty's there. And that's the important thing when you think about butts, you know? It's just the knowledge that it's out there is the thing that should be giving us power, giving us energy. Okay. Okay. I want the hair to have a beautiful directional flow. I think the hair can help us do that quite a lot. Okay. Show that. It looks a little bit like fringe on a hippie's jacket. And I think that's okay. All right, let's pop over and see how this looks. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna brush that a little bit. The hand is just buried. We might not get the hand back. That hand might just not be for us. Does have a little bit of a beard. I like the beard. See, I wish I could see this while I was doing editing. I like that there's a sub mohawk at the bottom of this mohawk. Get up there. Get up there. Yeah, yeah, like a husky, exactly. There we go. Okay, what else needed cleaning up? I think the hand a little bit. Just, the hand's just gone. We just don't get that hand. Can I puff away from it? Okay, that helped a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna trim the hand hair a little bit. At a certain point, here's what they don't tell you about art, is that at a certain point, it's all just hairstyling. Right? I'm certain if Julie and Jacob were here, they would agree with me 100%. As actual professional artists, I think they would say, yeah, that's just how it is. Why don't I get to see your beautiful, beautiful eyes? What is happening here that those are off limit to me? Well, I guess I just don't get to see them. The really short hair. I don't know if I like that either. But that's more okay. Did I say Julie and Jason? I didn't, right? Did I say Jason? Oh no! The number of times I've called Jacob Andrew on account of his last name is embarrassing. Did I also say Julie? I didn't. Okay. Okay. Thank God. I felt really bad. But yeah, it's Jacob's birthday. It's Jacob's birthday, so if you're not a Patreon subscriber and they're like their work, that would be a great gift to give them. Is there a way I can see more of the things as I'm editing them? I would love to see more of this hair. I mean, maybe this is perfect though. Okay. Yeah, for some reason the face looks more nervous. It looks hesitant. I don't know what about the teeth has done that. Did the teeth move? Did I move the teeth? Oh, did I move the whole face? What's happening? I was doing a lot of stuff there, so that might have been it. That actually looks better. I feel better about that. Teeth moved during the Inside Out incident. Good eye, Dread Robot. God, okay, beautiful. What a beautiful creature. I'm really glad we went from the robot butler last week, which I loved legitimately as a perfect little creature to this creature, which I also love, but for, I would say different reasons. I've still got a whole lot of love for this creature. Don't get me wrong, but it is a different kind of love. Bye, Obi-John. I also love this silky friend. You're in good company. I'm gonna clear out. Did that give us more definition on the toes? Like a little bit. I would also love to see this Yeti in motion. I'm very curious as to how hair particles function in movement. In fact, no, I'm not. There's no way I'm gonna remember how to adjust that on the fly. Oop, there we go. Giggle Fist, I post them on Twitter. Let me, yeah, using the hashtags that are connected to that tweet. It's not an elegant way of doing that, but it means that the tweet's there. I usually post them on Twitter. I always post them on Twitter for sure. And I need to update the initial scroll. Yes, Strazia, yes, thank you. I also put them on Thingiverse. You can download all the files, both the Blender files that you see here and also files for do like 3D printing stuff. In fact, Princess Undercut, who had to leave, had somebody 3D print one of the business cats I made on the business cat, or the 5 Weird Cat stream. It's adorable. It's spectacular. It's part of the reason I want to be able to 3D print these things myself so I can have my own collection of my beautiful, horrible, perfect monsters. This one, of course, would be impossible to 3D print. I'd have to 3D print it and then felt a little jacket for it, I think. I would also love a Venus. Yeah, a Venus de Milo for my tabletop would be impeccable. So those are the best places to see the final results. I also, at the beginning of the stream, there's a scroll. I've been meaning to update that scroll. But I would like a better way of posting these things. Maybe I'll do it Instagram or something. I don't know. I love the chest ruff. The chest ruff is really good. I'm already there, Captain Oblivion. I have a concept for popsicle molds. It's gonna blow the world out of the ocean. You can kind of see the outprint. Wait, I mean, somebody did recommend earlier doing a bare ass. And I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't at least try that. I think it's mostly going to be covered by other hair. But I think it would be irresponsible of us to not try it, you know? Let me see. Let me get this down out of the way. Let's just see. Let's start from the front and do a little slow pan. Perfect. Beautiful little creature. Oh, boo. Oh, you can't even hardly see it. What if I lower the length? So disappointing. Whoop, too much. Whoop. That is a shame. There's not more booty action. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this, period. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do hair particles correctly. Because clearly they are fussier than I can give credit for. Yeah, there's just like, what is this hair? This hair right here, where is that in the particle system for me to delete? Why does that get to be there? Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. God, the sad tufts. The tufts look so sad, though. This kind of looks like artwork. This looks like brushwork. Is that coming from the front? I don't like what that spot is implying. We gotta ask. We gotta ask for sure. Radius? Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, we're getting somewhere. See, they were too round, and that was an issue. Oh my god. 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 Oh, it can get it really puffy. Yeah, it has made it look way softer. It is already 10 o'clock, which is usually where these streams end. I mean, what else could I possibly do to this creature? It's clearly a Yeti. Nobody would think this is anything but a Yeti, I think, if you look at it. It's so fluffy. This is definitely one of those cats that's super fluffy, and then you get it wet and it's just like 2 pounds of fury. That's what this Yeti is. How's the clump? Less clump? I don't think those are doing anything. Twist? Ha ha! I made him a bramble. I've made a little bramble. I don't like that. It doesn't look as soft though. I like this soft ephemeral Yeti. What do you think Kink does? This is not exactly what I was hoping. Happy 6-9, everybody. Oh, that's nice. Mira Valier, that's not. I don't think I could take that bet. I don't think anybody would. I don't think I could. So here's what it looks like curled though, but I don't. Oh my god. It's just more and more. Just more and more. Is shape gonna do it? I actually quite like that. That's very amplitude. Oh my god. Flatness. Okay. Flatness is doing some stuff. I kind of like flatness. It's giving me a little bit more definition. Maybe like there? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I like this. Yeah. This is something. Diameter shape, hair shape, diameter root. I don't think that's going to do much. There's so much hair on this thing. I will be delighted if Blender just renders this for me. And I don't have to do anything additional. Thank you for the subscribe, Mira Valier. I'll send this to my partner and they can figure out. If they can see it's a Yeti, I'll report back. I do really like. I hated that Buttcraft tuft at first, but it's really grown on me. Just a little tough lower back hair. It's discretion. It's discretionary. It's for discretion. It's to make it as discreet. I like at a certain angle it kind of disappears because of how Blender does hair. A little tough because he's a little tough. God, all right. I don't know if any of the rest of this is going to do anything substantial to this creature. I'm so curious what textures would do, though. Like one of those things you hang over your cat's butthole. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Do we have a name for this? That's a great question. Does anybody have thoughts about what to name this perfect creature that I'm not going to do anything else to? I don't know how to change the color of the hair. That's the only thing I would change at this point. I think it's perfect. I don't think there's anything I can do to this creature. Oh, Yogi. I think it was Yogi. We discussed Yogi a lot. Jacob in honor of Jacob's birthday. I really like Yogi. Maybe that's what it is, though. No, I think this is the Yogi. I think that's just it. Boy, I love Yogi. I love Yogi. I'm gonna find out how to animate you, Yogi. What happens if I'm gonna have to figure out how to do jiggle, because what happens to all this hair if I jiggle this creature? Right? What is that gonna do? Okay. That's true. Jacob is a Yogi boy, and we all know it, and we all say it all the time. I'm gonna figure out how to jiggle this creature. Like a shampoo commercial, but jiggle, yeah, Cinnamon. That is gotta be what that is. Just has to be what that is. Okay. Phew. The hair dynamics checkbox is the one you want for that. All right. We'll get there. I'm gonna get there. Well, thank you, everybody. for hanging out, for showing up for the stream and hanging out. Do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I normally also stream games on Sunday at noon Eastern time, but I will not be on Sunday because I'll be on an island doing island time, or maybe on my way back from the island. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for coming out. This was just a beautiful one. This is just a beautiful, beautiful one. Oh, thank you, Cinnamon Shakes. I've got a raid. Who do I raid though? I always raid Jacob and Julia. Let me see who's up and running. If I could get to a screen, that would be cool. If I could get to, there we go. Who's streaming? I will have safe island time. You guys have a good weekend. Stay chill, stay groovy, stay happy. God, nobody is streaming right now. I guess we could do Games Done Quick. Let's raid Games Done Quick. Because Games Done Quick, the summer session is coming up soon. I hope it's okay to raid them. Well, we're doing it. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. I'll see you guys next Wednesday, and have a good rest of your week. Now let's go ahead and raid. Bye. Goodbye.